especially when it comes to the chemical space. A lot of buzzing stocks that I can spot here: Himadri Specialty Chemicals, Naveen Fluorine. How are you looking at this entire pack that had just started to move right before the budget? Does it still have a lot of steam, and where would you keep your attention?
Sakshi, I'll be very clear. Three space which can do very good broadly, even from current market level, where you have valuation comfort. One is chemical, and I will even say, if you pick OMC stocks, whether it is BPCL, HPCL, which we spoke last time in our discussion also, that yes, these are stocks which can still do good from current level. So chemical is one sector, OMC, oil marketing company, another sector where you can pick stock. Insurance is the third theme which I even spoke
Yeah.
last time. You see already stocks from insurance, whether it is SBI Life, HDFC Life, even LIC Corporation for that matter, these are stocks which can still do good from current level. My top pick is SBI Life. Second, I will pick HDFC Life. Third will be my LIC. However, if you want to pick from oil marketing companies, yes, we spoke about HPCL, BPCL, IOC. Now, when it comes to chemicals, yes, that is another great theme. Even at current level, one can look into buying them because you still have valuation comfort. Yes, in that, Naveen Fluoro will be my top pick. If you see the chart pattern again, last 3 to 6 months, it has just been consolidating. Just now, you are seeing some amount of uptick coming there. Yes, strong support now for this stock is at around 3,500, 520 zone. Even at current market price, I will be a buyer in Naveen Fluoro. Once this stock moves above 3,700, 750 zone, a further up move can be seen. So Naveen Fluoro is a great buy. Even you can look at stock like Aarti Industry for that matter from the same chemical space. Still there is valuation comfort, still there is legroom space in Aarti, and yes, chemical as a theme can do good because from current market price the downside is very limited for chemical. You have seen already a big correction happening in this sector. So Naveen Fluoro and Aarti Industry at current level looks a very good buy. Even at current level, insurance company and OMCs also look a very good buy, and few names already I have spoken on the same.
Sakshi, we'll focus on the index. Now at day's high, 24,933. It spent about 15 minutes pausing, and now about 27 points higher on the cash side, and 51,514 on the bank nifty. It's hit a century. Let's see whether it's able to take out on the Nifty 24,940. This is something which is the most immediate resistance that you see. What's moving? It's defense. You have a 4% uptick on Garden Reach. Remember, this was a stock which hit the circuit 5% higher yesterday. You have a strong move coming into Cochin Shipyard, 2.9% higher. Mazgaon, after yesterday's 10% circuit, is again moving 2.75% higher. And of course, you have a green tick on BEL as well. What is in pain in defense? It's Idea Forge, ladies and gentlemen. Modest to negative earnings, and it's getting thrashed by the markets. 8% lower, 787 for you. Smart move in Jindal Saw. I think now is the time to get this screen at about 640. Needless to say, this is a record high, and this is, as Sakshi had pointed out in early quotes, is moving on the back of a very strong set of earnings. 640, okay, it's a blowout already, record high, and fairly decent volumes. Mr. Murthy, would you want to step into Jindal Saw at this point of time?
You can even buy it another 50 rupee higher also, Shailendar. Jindal Saw is a great buy. These are stocks which you have to hold in your portfolio, buy every day, and whenever you get market correction, every stock will be painted on the same brush mostly, and you get fall in some of these good stocks. For me, clear breakout is seen in the chart above 600. Now at 640, even if I am buying 40 rupee more than the breakout zone, percentage wise about 7-8% than the fair price, no problem. Still this stock will give you money over a period of time. Yes, if you are a very short term trader, wait for dips closer to that breakout zone, or buy some quantity at current market price, and on any market correction, if you get Jindal Saw closer to those breakout zones of 600, 605, enter this stock. Still long way to go. I won't be surprised to see 750 rupees on Jindal Saw to come soon, and it is a great buy even at current market price.
Got it, Rudra. Another stock that I wanted to discuss with you is again from the auto space. Now, Tata Motors, the way it has been coming back into action, but at the same time trading in a range-bound fashion right now. What is it indicative of, and do you think this is a good enough time to accumulate this stock?
Sakshi, I'll be very clear on Tata Motor. First of all, after a long consolidation, when I say long consolidation, from March to August, there was a consolidation for about 6 months in Tata Motor. And if you see the price range for this 6 months, on the lower side it was 950 and on the higher side it was 1050. So it was just a 100-point range where the stock consolidated, and it took 6 months time. Now, having given a breakout above levels of 1050, in last 3 days the breakout has sustained and the stock is moving up. So I will be waiting for any dips to these zone. Yes, you have earnings to come and I have no clues on the same, but however, I won't be surprised to see, based on the price action what you see now for last 2-3 days and the breakout above 1050, earnings can be still good. This stock can move towards 1300, 1400 zone. So buy at current market price, keep some space to buy if there is any dip in the stock. Ideal price to buy will be at that breakout zone of about 1050, 1060 zone. So yes, Tata Motor is a buy for a target of 1300 initially, and even from there it can do good. I will be a definite buyer in Tata Motor, but ideally good to buy closer to levels of around 1050, 1070 zone. But even at current market price, if you want to buy, yes, the stock is in clear buy mode.
All right, it's in a clear buying mode as of now. The auto space and Tata Motors at about 1146 now, a 2% uptick that can be seen on the stock right now. Whether it is also leading the other stocks into the green, the index has come back into the green for sure. Let's look at some of the other stocks. So Hero has been just mildly higher in trade, so has Maruti been. But some of the other ancillary stocks are now picking up pace, like a Bosch or Balkrishna Industries. Those are the spaces that are abuzz with all the action. Anything in the auto ancillary pack that you're looking at? We have been discussing, how the stocks like Samvardhan Motherson have been moving, Uno Minda, Jamna Auto, JBM Auto. These stocks have actually been in the limelight. Even the bearing makers have been in the thickest of action. What next? Which are the kind of stocks that will move next within the ancillary pack now?
Sakshi, because you spoke about bearing and auto ancillary, yes, for me, a stock called NRB Bearing is a good stock to buy at current market price. Currently available at around 329, 380 zone. Definitely a buy and have it in your portfolio. Fundamentally, stock is good, valuation comfort is there, on chart it looks very great. So if I have to buy any bearing stock or auto ancillary, I will look at one NRB Bearing. And if you have to see few other stocks, yes, I heard you talking about JBM Auto, Jamna Auto, fabulous. These are stocks one should definitely hold in their portfolio. And if you want to have a mid and small cap kind of a portfolio, be in quality stocks where you have valuation comfort and where fundamentally these are stocks which will have more upside and downside is very limited. Yes, Jamna Auto, after seeing that move above levels of around 135, last 2-3 days it is consolidating. Yes, at current market price of around 137, I will be a buyer in Jamna Auto. Another stock from auto ancillary is JBM Auto, which you mentioned. Again, a very good stock to have in one's portfolio. And if I see the chart pattern on JBM Auto, I know this stock from levels of 300, but yes, along with Maruti, more than Maruti, JBM Auto, the auto ancillary performed so well. Even at current market price, it looks good for me. But on a preference, if you want to have a 2 to 3 year kind of a time frame and you want to build a good mid cap portfolio, I'll be picking NRB Bearing as well as Jamna Auto.
Okay. What's clicking in trade is now Coal India. Let me just check whether this price of 521 is a record high for it or not. I think it is. Let me just reconfirm it. No, the record high on an intraday basis is 527. This is what we saw on 3rd of June, the day before the counting of votes for the national election. So that's a threshold that has to be passed. And of course, what's buzzing is Indus Star, 452 rupees, up about 1.5%. Indus Star has two events today, earnings for the first quarter, and of course the board will meet to discuss a potential buyback. What also is in thick trade is Tata Motors. That's been discussed with both Mr. Murthy and Sakshi, and at the point of time it seems that Tata Group stocks are in good shape. Mr. Murthy mentioned Blue Star from the air conditioning segment. It's Voltas from the Tata Group and in the air conditioning segment, up 2.4% at 1565. Very sharp move coming into all OMCs. We've discussed BPCL and HPCL in detail. HPCL of course post earnings, but it's the entire power space. Look at Tata Power, look at JSW Energy, look at CESE, and of course look at Adani Power. These are the four stocks on the power producer side, and their back end, which is NTPC and of course Coal India, doing a pretty good shape as far as markets are concerned. Nothing much happening as far as the Nifty is there, 26 points higher, 24,864. But what's buzzing is the Nifty PSU banking index, 7468, up 0.5%. Sakshi, what are you watching?
Parsvanath Developers is again up and about. It's sharply higher in trade, 9.9% up within the real estate pack, and this stock has been buzzing for the last few days. I asked you on the realty pack also, Rudra, earlier, but how are you looking at these mid-cap real estate names that have been rallying? Anything to track here and chase the momentum?
Sakshi, when it comes to Parshvanath Developer, one should not forget this stock from higher levels has just corrected, and for me these are not mid or small cap stocks one can definitely have in their portfolio. Rather, I will name these stocks as lottery stocks. So in Karnataka, lottery is banned, but however you can go to Kerala and play lottery than playing these type of stocks. What I can tell you is, I will definitely say, why do you want to buy Parshvanath Developer? See how much wealth destruction these stocks have done. No doubt, yes, I understand last 2-3 days there has been a price move on the upside, but I'm just trying to see my chart from where Parshvanath Developer was there when it was at the peak, and I'm trying to drag it and see. So more than 80% of the wealth has been destroyed in these stocks from higher level. So why do you want to go to Parshvanath Developer? So if you want to play the real estate stock, better to play stocks like Oberoi Realty, Godrej Property, might be DLF, Kolte Patil. I can even name Purvankara, Prestige, Shobha Developer. So many names are there. Why Parshvanath? But if someone is so keen to only trade in Parshvanath, better for Kerala Lottery.
Okay, that's an interesting take right there. Let's get in some other names from the mid-cap basket, because the mid-cap index is at a record high. Let's see which are the mid-cap counters that have been doing very well. Nykaa is up by 5%. Remember, we discussed Paytm. Now Nykaa has sprung back to action. Paytm is holding about 2% higher in trade. Let's also pull up the other new age tech stocks to see whether the momentum is spread across. Let's pull up PB Fintech, let's pull up Zomato for instance, to see whether this space has enough and more to track. And then I will be reading up some more names from the mid-cap basket. PB Fintech is lower in trade. So I think it's about Nykaa that's been buzzing sharply in trade. You have any view, Rudra, on Nykaa?
Yeah, so for that matter, if I have to pick two stocks from the space of e-commerce or where you have this kinds of the new age play,
yeah,
I will definitely be picking two stocks from that. Yes, one is Zomato. No doubt Zomato at levels closer to that 40, 50, 60 was a mouth-watering buy. We have already seen a 5-bagger in Zomato from those lower level. But if you compare with issue price of around 130, 40, which it was, Zomato even at current market price still has some more space, and valuation wise, I still say seeing the turnaround in Zomato and after they becoming profitable, I feel Zomato is one stock. If you want to play the new age theme, e-commerce theme, my first pick in that will be definitely Zomato. Yes, around 180 also it was a still comfortable buy. Even at 225, 230 zones currently, you can buy, and any dip to levels closer to that 180 to 200 zone, it will be a buy. I won't be surprised to see Zomato at 350, 400. Only thing is, I may not trade at current market price because I may not have a great risk reward because stop losses are much deeper from current market price. But if one wants to pick these stocks for their portfolio and you want to stick to only new age theme or e-commerce theme, be very specific. In fact, I really loved Dharmesh comment when there was a question asked on Paytm to him. This is again another stock which has destroyed wealth. Where was the issue price of Paytm and where is the current market price? We are only seeing Paytm moving from, let us say, 300 to 500, and we are saying, okay, it has moved up 70-80%. But we have forgotten it has destroyed 70-80% of the wealth from the top. And one should understand, from a lower level, when we count the up move, it looks bigger. And let me tell you mathematically, Sakshi, which is so surprising, if a stock falls 90%, to come back to break even or the same price, the stock has to go up 1800% and not
Yeah.
90%. A
Wow.
down move of 90% is not equal to up move of 90% because the base is different. If a stock from 100 falls to 50 rupee, the fall is 50%. But from 50, if it has to go back to the purchase price of 100, the fall of 50% can be made good by a rise of 100% and not 50%. So
You're
I am
right.
still saying no for Paytm. If you want to buy Paytm, then be ready to pay your M to M. So I will not buy Paytm. And I will still buy Nykaa. I will still buy Zomato if you want to stay from that particular theme. And only two stocks which I will buy from that particular team will be one Zomato and second will be Nykaa. If I have to see levels on Nykaa, yes, levels closer to 180, 170 is a very good price to buy. Even at current market price, you please buy Nykaa if you want to stay with that theme. I won't be surprised. Again, this stock can move towards 280, 300 zone. So Zomato, Nykaa, two buys if you want to stay from new age theme.
Okay, that's an interesting take. If you have to buy
Right.
Paytm, you have to
940.
get ready to pay M to M. That's a line that you have said, which I will remember, Rudra. Yes, Shell, I think all the shipbuilder stocks are zooming ahead, Shell. Mazagon, Garden Reach, Cochin, they're all up and about.
Of course, Sakshi, and I think the stock to watch would be Mazgaon. Wonderful charts, and of course, apart from Garden Reach and Cochin, which are at 5% circuits, Mazgaon still offers an opportunity, at least on the charts. Let's get Mr. Murthy's view in. At the moment, Mazgaon is 2.8% higher, almost 5,500 for you. Mr. Murthy, what are the charts of Mazgaon telling you?
Shailendra, first let me purely tell the chart view and also my take on fundamentals also of Mazgaon. Being a chartered accountant, I do look at fundamentals also for investment, but yes, for short-term trading, you see charts. Now, specifically on chart, 4,850 is the support now on Mazgaon dock. So, keeping that stop loss of around 4,800, you can buy this stock and ride the momentum on the upside. But do keep in mind, you have to keep trailing stop losses because these are stocks which have run up too much. I will definitely not pick any of these stocks for my portfolio at current market price. Yes, it has been a 10 bagger in no time, and the same story applies even to Cochin Shipyard. Or I know when it was at 300 rupees, people were not interested to buy Cochin Shipyard. And right now, if you see the price of Cochin Shipyard, again another stock which has already moved up, might be close to 8 times or even close to 9 times from where those stocks were available. And this move has been in a very quick time. I have not seen this 10 bagger in next 3 years, 5 years kind of a move. All this has happened just in 1 year. So for me, these are not stocks to exit. If you have, might be at current market price, I may not buy fresh. In fact, I would rather book partial profit if I have these stocks in my portfolio and try to buy few other stocks where I have valuation comfort. What one has to remember is these were great stocks to buy 6 months back, 1 year back. But I want to find out today what are the stocks which will give me money for next 6 months, next 1 year. I know people talking about MRF, people talking about Wipro, telling that if you would have bought MRF in 2000, by now you would have made 150 crores just for an investment of 1 lakh. If I would have
Right,
bought,
sir.
what is important is which is the next MRF, which is the next Wipro. That's what I want to bet today.
Right, sir. We'll also look at PCBL. This is, of course, the earlier Philips Carbon Black, 332, and a very, very strong momentum coming in, 11-12% higher as far as prices are concerned. Almost the previous high was on 9th of February when we had a price of about 342. So this is a very strong move that is coming in on PCL. There is absolutely no stopping Jindal Saw, now 648 and moving higher. This is the third day of gains as far as Jindal Saw is concerned, and today's move is an uptick of 7.5%. What's also moving in the small cap space, actually, let's look at that index. We generally don't talk much about it except hit upon stocks which are moving in that one. The small cap index in terms of top gainers is housed by earnings boy Naveen Fluorine, 4.5% higher, 37.32. CESE we've already discussed. CAMS, Sakshi's mentioned, still 4% higher. Coaching we've discussed. Mahanagar Gas, Gujarat State Petronet, again 3 and 3% up respectively. You have HFCL, IEX, Sri Renuka Sugars, and of course Medanta doing pretty well. What also is moving as a sector is the paper space. I was seeing a very, very strong momentum coming into quantum paper. This starts with K, KUANTUM, 3% higher. You have Malu paper, 11% higher, and of course you have companies such as JK paper, 1% higher, 521. West Coast doing 1% higher at 626. Sakshi, what are you observing?
Well, Shell, another space that we need to watch out for is the Adani Group stocks that we haven't paid attention to. This is because Adani Energy Solutions is now expected to launch a QIP. Maybe this week or next week, as per some of the reports that are indicative of, and this could be huge, like a $1 billion QIP and almost 8,400 crore rupees that the group could be looking at raising for the energy solutions company. Why is this important? Is because remember the FPO was cancelled out, and then we actually saw a lot of lull right there, but now finally fundraise expansion plans are now taking place within the group, so that could again bring back the focus to the Adani Group stocks. We've already seen Adani Energy gain about 5.5% last month, and it's outperformed the Sensex. But your sense on the Adani Group stocks, Rudra, and on Adani Energy, how would the QIP be looked at?
See, first of all, if I have to pick two stocks from Adani Group, my first pick will be Adani Port and second pick will be Adani Enterprises. But however, specifically if I have to see the charts of Adani Energy, yes, this stock has been just moving down from levels closer to that 3,700. Now it is 3,100. So there has been a 20% correction what we are seeing in Adani, sorry, I am talking about Adani Enterprises. And if I have to look at Adani Energy, yes, Sakshi, Adani Energy Solution, again from the peak if I see, this stock has corrected from those levels of around 1,250 was the previous high. From those levels of 1,250, now it is trading at around 1,060 zone. Yes, this stock has again corrected for about 12% from the peak. So Adani Energy, yes, let it start trading above these zones of around 1,075, 1,080. Once it crosses and closes above 1,080, yes, a fresh move on the upside can be seen in Adani Energy. But if you give me a choice to pick two stocks from Adani Group, my first pick will be Adani Port and second I will look at Adani Enterprises.
Got that. So that's the Adani Group stock picks that Rudra has shared with us. Oil and gas sector has moved to the highest spot within the sectoral moves, and of course it's the all across the board move that you're seeing. Within the OMCs you have BPCL that's been taking the top spot, 4.4% higher. Gas space is higher in trade. MGL is now 3% up along with it. GSPL, Gujarat Gas, GAIL, the entire space seems to be pulling up. Petronet LNG as well. You also have Indraprastha Gas now, that's moving up. And of course the upstream majors, ONGC and Oil India are also taking higher in trade. Within the gas names, would you have a preferred, pecking order, Rudra? Would you look at these city gas distributors positively?
Yeah, Sakshi, thank you so much. The stocks, whatever you pick, or even the sector themes, what you are picking makes a lot of sense. I really have to appreciate the commendable amount of hard work you and Shailendra do. And I want to tell you, yes, after insurance as a theme which we spoke today, OMCs we identified much before. Yes, right now for the next upcoming theme, I will be advocating a clear buy on this gas distribution company, and GAIL will be my top pick. Yes, last time when we spoke, it was 2 stocks, in fact 3 stocks, all starting from I. It was Infosys, Indus Tower, India Cement. I very well remember, and see the move which has happened in all these 3 stocks, and all 3 are available for you to buy in futures. These are not stocks which are not available in future. They are available in future. Good liquidity, good volume, good spread. These are very important if you are a short-term trader, especially if you are an HNI with good amount of capital. So for me, the next upcoming theme will definitely be the gas distribution companies, and in that GAIL will be my top pick. For me, what is very important is valuation comfort. For me, more than upside, what is important is what is the limited downside we have on the stock, because you don't have to take care of profits, you have to only take care of losses, because profit will take care of itself automatically. You don't have to do anything for it. You have to only ensure the downside is limited, or cut your losses short, run your profit, don't do reverse. People normally cut their profits very short and run their losses very big, hoping and making prayers. I believe in God, but God will also not help you if you don't keep stop losses and if you trade. So I want to clearly tell, yes, gas distribution companies will do good, and in the order, if I have to pick, number 1 will be GAIL, and next will be MGL as well as IGL.
Right, sir.
GAIL is my topic here.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, 9:58. Let's just wrap the market. Nifty back in the green, 24,860. It's range bound. Day's low was 24,860, and at the moment it's trading at 24,924. So that's the move that is coming in, at least in the futures part of the market. A flat move on Nifty Bank, 31 points higher. Nifty IT index is bleeding a bit, just 0.5% lower. Nothing to be worried about. The action today, ladies and gentlemen, is in the entire PSU pack, whether it's defense led by Mazgaon, Garden Reach and Cochin, whether it's railway led by RITES and of course RVNL, or it's the entire energies pack. We've sort of run out of breath, marking Power Grid, marking NTPC, Coal India, and of course the 3 OMCs, BPCL, IOC and HPCL. It's a secluded kind of a market where action is concentrated on one part. Traders and investors are letting the Nifty consolidate at current levels before it starts to aim higher beyond 25,000. But that's the state of play as far as the first 45 minutes of trade is concerned. Sakshi.
All right, we'll thank you, Rudra, for our morning edition today, and thank you so much for sharing all those wonderful insights like you always